To get ready for season 6 of Hops Gnarly Brewing, today is about cleaning. My freezer is stuffed to the brim with leftover hops, so I'm making this, a 5% Hazy Pale Ale dry hopped with Citra, Columbus, and Idaho 7. I'll also give you a glimpse of what it takes to keep this place looking spick and span. Now, let's make some beer. For this beer, I'm starting with some reverse osmosis water and I'm building it up to match the hoppy NEPA water profile in Brewfather. This is a crucial step, but it doesn't need to be complicated. Just learn to use Brewfather or Beersmith and you'll be good to go. For the grain bill, I'm using some locally malted grains from Proximity Malt. I have about 80% base malt, 16% malted oats, and 4% dextrin. Let's get it going. I'll keep mashing this in until everything is nice and saturated. After a quick rest, I'll start the recirculation and the mash timer. My best advice for a smooth brew day is to always be cleaning. But to do that, you gotta have the right tools. This brewery cleaning kit from Yakima Valley Hops has all the basics. Inside this monster bucket, we've got a slew of cleaners, a spray bottle, a bottle brush, and even some rags and towels. And if you want to go beyond the basics, I'd check out Union Jack Tools, where you can get things like this hefty washdown spray nozzle. Once you have the right tools, the name of the game is anticipating the next thing that will need to be cleaned. While the mash finishes up, I'll get a bucket of sanitizer mixed up and get ready to rinse the mash basket.
The number you have called has been disconnected. The number you have called has been disconnected. The number you have called has been disconnected.
Alright, this thing has been mashing at 149 Fahrenheit or 65 Celsius for 75 minutes. Time to yank these grains and get our boil started. With the basket up and out of the kettle, it's time for the Vorlauf, where I'll recirculate the wort through the grain bed to clarify the beer and make sure those sugars are flowing. After about 15 minutes, I'm switching over to the sparge manifold and sparging with just over 2 gallons of water to rinse all those lovely sugars into the kettle. Now, we're off to the races and I'm off to clean the mash basket. We're up to a full boil and it's time for the first hop addition. Here's 25 grams or 19 IBUs of Centennial, and our quick 30-minute boil timer starts now. After 30 minutes, I'm killing the heat and gearing up for the Whirlpool at 170 Fahrenheit or 77 Celsius. Now, here comes 50 grams each of Citra, Columbus, and Idaho 7, and I've got 20 minutes before it's time to clean something else. Alright, the beer's in the tank and it's time for the biggest job of the day. The first thing I do is take the drain hose off the chiller and connect it to the lowest port of my BREWTOOLS B40, which is connected to the bottom drain of the kettle. Now I'll take the center pipe out and start rinsing. With the kettle rinsed out, I'll add just enough water to run the pump and rinse the chiller. Cool. Now I'll fill it up with 4 or 5 gallons of water, making sure to cover those heating coils, and I'll add some PBW and heat it up to 180 Fahrenheit or 82 Celsius. Once up to temp, I can use the CIP ball to wash the kettle while also recirculating through the chiller. In the meantime, I'll start scrubbing everything else. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's ditch this PBW and give everything one final rinse, including the chiller. After letting the beer hang out overnight, I pitched Lallemand Verdant IPA and set the spunning valve to about 4 psi just to start. And man, am I stoked to be using this BREWTOOLS F40 fermenter for the first time. You can see when I check on it here on day 2 that I have the F40 inside this small shed in my garage, and just outside the shed on the right is my Ice Master 2 glycol chiller. I've never tried keeping my fermenters in the warm garage before, but I'm hoping this setup can give me some good results. Looks like things are nice and active, so I say it's time to dry hop. Here's 50 grams each of Citra, Columbus, and Idaho 7. It's been about a week since brew day, and I'm stoked to give this beer a try. The gravity just hit 1012, and I haven't even dropped the dry hops yet, so coming out of the sampling coil, this beer is smelling great. And here we go. It's a greenish yellow from all those hops in suspension, but once I chill it down and drop the hops, it looks like this will be a light yellow beer. The aroma is citrus and pine and that candy note from the Idaho 7. The body is soft and full, but the bite from all those hops really slams you at the beginning of each sip. This beer needs some more time and attention, but it's definitely on the right track. My plan is to use this beer to test out the BREWTOOLS inline filter kit, so more to come. This is episode 50 of Hops Gnarly Brewing, and I'm super proud of the progress we've made over the past couple years. The beer is getting better and better, and so are the videos, so make sure you subscribe. Season 6 is coming soon. In the meantime, check out all the merch on hopsandgnarly.com and let me know in the comments what you want to see me make next. My name's Dan, this is Hops and Gnarly. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you again soon.